Hello, friends, old friends and new friends. If you're an old friend, good to see you again. If you're a new friend, welcome. My name is Mary, and this is MaryStellaTarot. For those of you who are new, for those of you who are my old friends, you guys know that I've been on a bit of a hiatus, and I'd like to explain that right now. Nina had cancer, so I decided to take some time off to help her during that transitional period. Sorry guys, I feel like she should be walking right here, right now. You know, she would always be in the readings with me. Anyways, I decided to take some time off to help her through that transitional period, and I also decided to take some time off so that I would be able to clear my energy and my mind so that I could hear her when she was on the other side, when she is on the other side, which she is on the other side now, and she is talking to me a lot, which is great. I love it. I just miss holding her. She passed on fall equinox. She stopped breathing. She just stopped breathing. And, I took her to get her cremated. And, she was cremated. I remember looking at the man's watch and it was 11:11. I got her ashes. Look, this is, that is her paw print. Obviously it's, not to scale, but that does have her ashes in there as well, some of her ashes. I also have a little urn next to her picture and some of her favorite toys. But she was everything to me. She was, I swear, if you guys know, I'm sure, you have animals, and Nina, she was like my child, my sister, my mother, my grandma, you know what I mean? She was all of it, but she was also my emotional support. I'm a survivor of satanic ritual abuse. Every single time I would have an anxiety attack, she would sit on my lap. She would sleep next to me when I would have night terrors. And she was just the best cat. She was the best. She is still the best. Anyway, she's on the other side now. Flying around in the ethers, hanging out with Jesus, I'm sure, hanging out with, the Lyrians, some aliens, I don't know, she's doing things for sure. Some of you, actually, she has been contacting me, though, and she has been telling me that it's time to get back into doing readings, so that's why I'm here. I am back, you guys, and some of you have actually contacted me and asked me how I'm doing, and I've responded to you guys, and but that was confirmation for me, so thank you guys for reaching out. You guys know who you are, but that was confirmation. So so this is the second time that I have done this video, Mercury retrograde. But in the reading that I did before this, there was a channeled message that came through. I don't remember any of it, so because it was completely channeled. And it was probably about 20 minutes, but I'm going to pull some of these cards. Actually, I'm going to do some oracle cards. No, I'll pull the tarot cards, and we'll see if something else comes out. I seem to recall the message essentially being about two people, like, mirroring each other to give them the opportunity to be able to relate to each other, but somebody is too self-involved to be able to see that there's a mirroring happening. So it's almost like there was somebody who was coming in, and the two of you were like mirroring each other, having similar experiences. See, I feel like one person didn't understand that it was actually karma that they were going through. You having had some sort of an experience, and they were essentially mirroring, but it was actually maybe like some sort of karma that they were going through. Death in the reversed. So there's been some sort of a permanent ending to something. And in the reading, I also seem to recall that somebody had learned a lot with regards to, like, recognizing patterns and discernment also. So, but whoever you are, if this reading is for you, you are, you're like the first of your kind, really. You are, you activate people in spaces whenever you go to spaces, and people have the opportunity to be able to grow or to not. And I feel like maybe for some of you, you may have tried to give somebody another chance to grow. And essentially, if I recall also what the message said was that that you may have like had a conversation with God, and you were kind of like, hey, look, I think that this person still has opportunity for growth. I'd like to try this again, and just take what resonates, but it's time for God to give them their lessons. You know, as a human, we can only do so much, you know, because we have like distractions. We have life. We have to, you know, buy groceries. We have to work to buy groceries. We have to, you know, we have so many other things that we have to do. Noises, so many noises. You know what I mean? Like, you can't always be, what I'm seeing is like somebody constantly trying to ground and meditate and pray kind of for this person. Now, there's nothing wrong with praying for somebody, but whoever you are, you do it the right way. Like, you really, how do I say, you might even fast, but you do it. Like, you light a candle, and it takes a lot more energy than what you know. And what the message really was is that it's like God is now going to kind of come in, and adjust some things in this person's life to help them really understand and gain some perspective. Now, whether, you know, that creates a permanent ending, we had the death card in the reverse position. You know, they go their way and you go your way. Let's pull some cards. But yeah, you guys, I am back, okay? I am back. Nina's been telling me for a while, and then some of you guys messaged me like I had a dream. She came to me in a dream, and but she talks to me pretty regularly too, so it took me a while to, it takes a while after they pass to, they come through. So after Nina passed, there was a little time where I just kind of had to stay in my own energy, and I'm talking like a few hours, because she came to me immediately, and it feels, there's this feeling of, you can feel the feeling of oneness, and you can feel the feeling of love, and you could feel the feeling of freedom that she felt, and I felt so happy for her. But then you realize, like, oh, she's not here. And gosh, she was with me every minute of the day. We would make food together, we would eat food together, you know. She would eat lentils, I would have my lentils, and she would have some lentils, you know. I'd have my avocado toast, and I'd give her a little bit of avocado. And so everything, she was part of my routine and everything. So anyway, but she says it's time to come back. So yeah, we can't be sad. This can oftentimes be a you know, a card of being depressed and being sad, but we can't be sad. So let me pull some of these like oracle cards. I don't, you know, I really wish that message that that I recorded before this one would have recorded. But why do I have the romance angels? No, I don't want the romance angels, please. I feel like maybe like right now it might just be like I feel like whoever you are, you really give to the collective. You've given your life, we'll say, to the Lord or to the collective, or you're very righteous and you're chosen. God trusts you. The angels trust you. Whatever your religion is, you know. I mean, I've read the Quran, I've read the Bible, I've read the Book of Mormon, I've read, you know, the Bhagavad Gita, I've read, you know what I mean? Like, and so whatever, I believe that we all come from source energy, the same source energy, okay? But we don't have to get into my, so whatever it is for you, but let's I feel like whoever you are, you understand that we all rise together. Our frequencies all rise together. And you're so capable that I feel like maybe sometimes you take too much, like, I don't know. Also, I'm getting this feeling of like hopefulness. Like you really do hope for the world to be a better place, and you try to help create that change in the world. But like sometimes you just got to kind of give it to God. And, you know, you can't do everything. Remember that. You can't do everything. Spirit, ancestors of the highest white light. What else, Spirit? Are there any messages? Oh, we've got... Oh, this deck is completely... There's not one deck in here. Wow, that's so interesting. I must have done that. I haven't used this deck in a very long time. Okay, so... Yeah, we've got... Okay, co-create and peace. So you're co-creating with the universe and trying to make peace. What did I just say? You're trying to create a peaceful world. I'm also getting like maybe somebody's a little impatient about how the world is right now. And so it's kind of like, whoever you are, you're kind of like, this needs to end now. I need to fix this now. Okay. Like, I can do it, but like, and you probably could, and you probably can, but remember, I feel like whoever you are, also, you need to remember that you're in a human body, and there are things that you need to do for yourself too. Like, you can meditate and pray and fast and do all of these things for other people, but you also need to remember to like eat and you know, exercise and do things that are good for you. You meditate and pray for yourself too, you know, because I feel like whoever you are, you're manifesting something that's coming in, and it's going to come in really quickly, and it's going to be really, really great. Like you're going to be, I don't know. Let's see what else. What other cards do we have here? Ancestors of the highest white light. Is there anything else? If that other reading, for some reason, if I go through and I see that the audio, it was the audio that wasn't working. If the audio is working on that video, I will post it, and you guys are just gonna have to listen to me cry again and talk about Nina, which she's so great, just so magic. Can I just tell you guys the funniest story? I've had cancer twice. I've survived cancer twice, and I've had melanoma, so it's really important for me to wear sunscreen. It's like, she was like my mother. I swear, my grandmother. She was, but I have to wear sunscreen all the time, and there would be some times where I would go outside. I've also had a head injury, and I forget things, and but for a while I would just, go outside sometimes, and I would forget to wear sunscreen, and Nina would come outside and she would look at me, and whenever she would look at me, I would always know that there was something that I was supposed to do, and I would follow her, and she would walk me right to where the sunscreen is. Like, put on the sunscreen, woman. Okay, yeah. Right now, it might just be... Okay, so we've got self-love, we've got inner child, and say what you mean. That's right. I think that there was something else in that message about, like maybe somebody was trying to do some work on your throat chakra, and maybe somebody needs to ground back into, like themselves, their energy, their authentic energy. And honestly, once you do that, what's meant for you will come towards you, and what's not meant for you will leave you. Okay, you can also call back your energy, and you can cleanse yourself if anybody needs to do that. I don't know, but take a shower or a bath and say, I cleanse myself of all negative energy and command that only love, light, and positive energy may enter. And I call back all of my energy, blessed and transmuted, and command that only love, light, and positive energy. Or I'm sorry, I call back all of my energy, blessed and transmuted, and return all energy that is not my own. If somebody wants you to question what you're saying so that you won't say what you need. Or maybe somebody... Or I feel like maybe somebody ended that. Like maybe that was... like you've healed that. Maybe that was a pattern that you recognized, that something was like instilled. I'm understanding that maybe somebody had like a karmic family or something like that that had started some sort of a pattern that made it where you didn't feel comfortable saying what you needed, but that pattern, you're breaking that pattern. Whoever you are, you're kind of just like, I'm understanding, like kind of like a silent observer, but when you speak, it's incredibly profound. And I do feel like you have a lot of faith in God, and you have a lot of faith in the universe and the capabilities of the universe, but there is just like this impatience type of an energy where it's like someone knows that the world can be a better place. And that's a really good way, like, obviously, yeah, the world is not supposed to be broken. The world is not supposed to be the way that it is. But I'm hearing like delegating. So yeah, it's like, delegate to your angels and your ancestors. Or you have delegated to the angels and ancestors by calling perhaps some sort of karmic justice to a situation, and or just by observing. But there's something about, yeah, I just feel like that's the message, actually. So the universe has got your back, though, that's for sure. I mean, we've got this co-creating peace card that just came out right after I said that, so that was pretty profound and pretty fantastic. Yeah, healing victim consciousness. You're healing some sort of like a victim consciousness. Like before, I feel like somebody couldn't stand up for themselves. So I don't know, but there was some sort of like a mirroring. Maybe I'm also understanding, maybe this was like a family member where you like, this could have been like a family member, or this could have been, I don't know, but some sort of a karmic energy that you tried to kind of reconnect with to kind of give them another chance. And the universe allowed you the opportunity to be able to do that, but protected you while you were doing that. And while you were doing that, it helped you to witness some like bad habits that other people had that they tried to instill upon you, and or some bad habits. Like, what I'm understanding is like, wherever you go, when you ever go in a situation, you always recognize other people, and you're always like, okay, now why is this person in my life? Or, okay, that person does that. Do I do that too? And then you kind of like go in and you kind of work on it. You figure it out. You alchemize that. And that's really powerful. Maybe it's also time to like you don't have to do that anymore. Like you've been doing a lot of, you're like always doing shadow work. It's like somebody's constantly doing shadow work in order to make themselves stronger and better, to be able to help more, which is great. But somebody also needs to like kind of like give it to God, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so I think that's the reading. I'm sending you guys so much love. Thanks so much for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're not, subscribed already. And then we'll be back with more readings. I'm saying Nina and the cats, Gilligan and Gizmo are still here. Gandalf is still here. He's outside. He's the feral cat. He's the big fluffy one. And but yeah, Nina's here in spirit, always and forever. All right. I'm sending you guys so much love. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time. Bye.